One of the things that I dreaded while working a 9 to 5 was coming back from my holidays with hundreds of emails waiting in my inbox. This always caused me some kind of anxiety, although we know that in 90% of these emails you will just be in CC and so they don't concern you, but you still have to spend the day to clean up your inbox when you come back from your holidays. So when I started my business, I knew that I wanted to avoid emails at all costs if they were not absolutely necessary. So if you are in the same position and you want to implement a zero email policy in your business, keep watching. Hi, and welcome to this new episode of Her Online Business Podcast, the podcast for ambitious expat girl bosses and digital nomads. I am Adama, your host, and my mission is to help you build a business that serves your life, not the other way around, have more freedom, work smarter while making a positive impact. And so if you are just starting your business, meaning that you haven't signed any clients yet, you don't have an email list yet to welcome new subscribers, and you want budget-friendly tools in order to invoice your clients and onboard them and share any important documents with them. If that is the case, I want you to grab my ultimate kit for new entrepreneurs and service providers, where I basically share with you all the tools that I've implemented as a solopreneur when I just started my business. And so I was on a budget, I was just by myself, and I tried my best to find tools that could work for me and my clients, and so you will have all of them inside this kit. I will put the link below if you want to grab yours. Alright, I will share with you in no particular order the different tools that I use in order to avoid sending emails, and the emails that we are trying to avoid are the ones that are internal. So the ones you share with your virtual assistant or any team member, as well as some unnecessary back and forth with your clients. So one of the first things that you want to do is to have a professional messaging system that could replace your emails. I personally use Slack, and you can do a lot with their free version. So you can add team members, you can have different channels for each of the projects that you are working on. You can send private messages, you can tag people. You also have access to some integrations such as Google Drive and Google Calendar. So if you are looking for a simple professional messaging tool, I would definitely recommend Slack. Then one of the reasons why you have so many unnecessary emails flooding your inbox is that you may have recurring tasks in your business. And so if your team members send you emails whenever they need a review from you, and then you reply back to give them a feedback, and then they come back to you again. So basically, this is a cycle until the final work or content is approved. This can lead to a lot of unnecessary emails and confusion in the communication as well, because some information can get lost. So instead, you have to use a project management tool for your recurring task. I talked about this before. I use ClickUp in my business in order to manage my project and the recurring tasks. And so it basically allows you to automate some tasks and assign them to your team members. You don't have to create new tasks every week because you just set up a recurring activity, and then they will get a notification when it's time for them to do the job. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on how I use ClickUp in my business, let me know in the comments below. I will happily record that for you. And so it will be the same principle for any project management system. You assign some tasks automatically, you set your recurrences so that the team members get daily or weekly notifications so that you don't have to remind them manually. And you can communicate also directly from there instead of using emails. So if you have a lot of recurring tasks in your business, I highly encourage you to start thinking about using a project management system. This will reduce your emails a lot, and you can keep your sanity at the same time. Another reason why we use emails is to share some documents sometimes. And you should avoid sharing documents per email in general because they can easily get lost. And if you miss an important information, it can create also a lot of confusion and increase your workload. So you want to use a cloud system in order to share all the important documents with your team and your clients as well. And the most commonly used is Google Drive. So all your spreadsheets, presentations and documents can be on there. And even if you are using the free version because you don't have a lot of documents yet, you want to make sure that everything is organized. One rule of thumb that I try to implement as well is that every single file should be inside a folder. So you should have a clear hierarchy and organization within your Google Drive so that any new member or new client that you are onboarding can find their information very easily. That way, any document that is vital to your business or to the collaboration with your client will be stored in one place where every participant could find it. The next way I use in order to avoid emails in my business is to use videos. Videos are great for so many reasons. First of all, you can train people that way by simply recording your screen and explaining them how they should achieve a certain task. And then you upload this video onto the drive and share the link with them. So I record my videos in two different ways. I use Zoom if it is a meeting that I'm recording for later. And so that way we have a Q&A directly in the meeting and we can rewatch it if needed. Or I use Loom if it is a short training and I want to share my screen, and then I share the link with my teams or with my clients. So if you feel like what you have to explain will be too complex per email, you can simply record a short video. And usually it is easier for people to grab the essence of what you have to say instead of having to read through emails. And sometimes if you read too fast, you may actually lose pieces of information or just misunderstand what was in the email, right? So videos are a great way to avoid that without having to do a lot more work, such as calling the different people and setting up meetings, because we want to avoid long meetings as well, but that's another topic. And so yes, get into the habit of recording anything that you do in your business that could be valuable information for your clients or for your team. So now talking about meetings, we want to avoid long meetings, right? But you can also be proactive with them. So what I do is that I have a weekly meeting, if necessary, every Friday with each of my team members. So usually it is a super short meeting from 15 minutes to 30 minutes maximum, where we review some tasks. I can give them a feedback. They can ask me their questions. We can talk about the to-do for the next couple of weeks. If there is something new in our strategy, for example, a new service or a launch. And so that's why we do these meetings at the end of the week so that we can discuss what happened, in the last 7 days. And so we don't do them every single week because it's not necessary, but it can definitely clear up some confusions and it helps reduce emails if you do these meetings proactively instead of waiting for something to go wrong to start communicating about it. So that's what I love about these weekly or bi-monthly meetings. And as we said before, I sometimes record my meetings if I feel like they can be useful in the future. And so if I need to train somebody, for example, I can use this Friday meeting in order to do the training and record that so that I don't have to set up another time in my schedule to do the training. And by the way, this is something you will see in my next vlog if it's not live yet. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will start sharing with you the behind the scenes of my business through daily or weekly vlogs. And so you will see how I organize my day, how I conduct my different meetings, and how I basically manage my day-to-day business. So if you want to see my actual process, then definitely subscribe and watch out for my upcoming business vlogs. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and sharing it with a friend who wants to avoid emails as well. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.